Well, my husband Mark and I moved to Cincinnati, and we wanted to find a neighborhood that had a good community, and we found College Hill, and we fell in love with the area. And we used to live about 4 blocks away, and we would walk our dogs up and down Marlowe Avenue, and we would notice the firehouse and just what a neat building, historical building it was. And when we found out that the city was building a new 51, we started contacting the city of what's going to happen to this building, and we didn't want to see it just be abandoned. So we found out that the city was going to auction it off, and we placed a bid, and lo and behold, we were the highest bidder. And when we found out the day that we were the high bidder, we didn't know whether to rejoice or say, what do we get ourselves into? Because it's been a work of love to renovate it and bring back some of its historical charm. We've been trying to do a little bit of research about Old 51. We knew that the Old 51 used to be on Cedar Avenue, and it ironically burnt down. And so the firehouse moved to Marlowe Avenue in 1912, and we believe it may have been a police station first, and so the men may have had to share quarters for a while. But it's been an active firehouse since 1912 and was probably built around the turn of the century. Before I made a deal with my husband. Before I would move in, I needed running water and a microwave, and I finally got my wish in February, even though we had bought the house in October and it had been vacant for a little while. So along with the running water and microwave, we needed a kitchen. We needed a place to at least prepare a meal. And so we started in the kitchen and the first floor, and we've kind of been working our way from bottom up. The view from the kitchen is the garage, or the apparatus floor. And my husband loves to tinker and loves trucks and jeeping, so that was definitely a big pull to live in a firehouse that he has more garage space than he knows what to do with. And so it's my joy that I get to look out and share my dinner with our Jeep. Yes, the pole is still in the house, and we're going to keep it. It's not going anywhere, and we're going to hopefully showcase it so people can enjoy it and have fun with it. In fact, we have a good friend. Every time he comes over, he has to go up and down that pole, and you just see him kind of peek around the corner with a big smile on his face, and you know exactly where he's been, up and down that fire pole. I do see the firemen, every time they come down Marlowe Avenue, they slow down and they do a little head turn. I think they're curious, and we'd love to have them stop by.
Oh, we've got a lot of activity right now. The demo is happening right now because we're turning the old firehouse, which you know very well, obviously, into, we're taking the fire out of firehouse. And make it look like it belongs. It's funny because nowadays you go to these neighborhoods and you don't necessarily see a firehouse right smack dab in the middle of the neighborhood. They don't really do that anymore. Right now it's an industrial area, so it is kind of cool to see the old firehouse right in the middle of a neighborhood. So we're trying to keep some of the historical value of the firehouse, making it a home. But it's the nice thing about this is that it's a small landscape. It's going to be a lot of impact for this small landscape. So I'm hopeful we can get it done before 6 o'clock, but normally it's one day. I'm more than happy to have the fire truck come by. You know, I'm a big fan. We've done, on my other show, we did a couple firehouses on man caves and made them over. I'm a big fan of the police and the firemen. This is unique. This is the first time we've ever done something like this. You know what I mean? In fact, the homeowners, Mike and Julie, when they saw the property, I know Mike was very anxious to get it. And it's a great project because you get to take something that has a lot of historical value and make it your home. So I'm excited about it.
We had a crew from Desperate Landscapes come out and do a little bit of a facelift to Old 51, so we're pretty excited about that.
Started about 7:30 this morning when there was a big bobcat being wheeled down the street, and we knew we were in for a big project today, and I think we've accomplished it. Love the stained glass tribute to 51, and the fountain is phenomenal. And I feel like they really paid homage to 51 history.